You'll never guess what I went and did. I only did my first ever stream on Twitch. We built this house together, and if you want to see how it went, it's coming right now. Don't you go anywhere. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, and welcome to the first episode of my Minecraft 1.16 survival streaming. This is the first time I've ever streamed, and together we built this house. It came out pretty well, and if you want to see how we did it in the stream, the highlights are coming up right now. Am I live?
You are live!
Oh my goodness. It's the start of great things, he says. He says, laughing. I'm waving at everybody. Can everybody see me? Say in chat, hello chat. Oh my goodness. Right, okay. You lot, you have one simple instruction. It's a very easy instruction. It's not an instruction that you will find difficult to follow. This instruction is as follows. Be gentle with me. I have never done this before, normally, and be aware that profanity filter is engaged, and we're going to do our best. I've gone into Avo mode, not normal mode, so hopefully it will be all right. But if I say anything, you didn't hear it. All right, just pretend it was a buzz. Right, so I thought, what I'm just going to explain what's going on. I'm going to just try a little bit of streaming from now on. And I'm just going to wander around. I'm meant to be building something. I'm going to build something in a minute. Be patient. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have a little bit of a go at streaming now and get everything wrong now. So hopefully when I go and stream on Legacy or Avamantia or whatever else we do a stream on, I won't get it quite so wrong. But, oh well, we'll see how it goes, shall we? So what I thought we'd do is I'm just going to keep utterly comfort zone on this fella, and I'm going to build a house. So, but I'm going to let you guys... Oh, someone's hosting me. Skyan, you're mental. But thank you. That's very nice of you. We've got... I've completely lost... What would you like me to build? What style? This will be laugh. Right, you can tell me what style you want me to build in. And you can pick any style whatsoever as long as it's medieval. Yeah. Hang on. Oh yeah, I had the inventory up. Right, as long as it's medieval. Steampunk, you've got 2 hopes. Not a chance on my first stream. We could go modern. We could go perhaps a little bit of rustic, or we could go modern, or we could go rustic. What do you think you'd like? I'm kind of steering this conversation ever so slightly. What I thought we'd do, should we do a little bit of rustic? Okay, that's an excellent choice. Thank you everybody for voting in that direction. So I'm just going to get some bits and pieces. So how is everybody? Oh, no, not polished andesite, for goodness sake. Don't do that. That would be awful. I think we should just remove these blocks at the top here because that just won't do at all. Let's get myself... This is how I actually prepare myself when I'm doing a tutorial, before I go and do the tutorial. It's a slow process, but it's okay. So what we're going to do first, turn yourself around, fella, otherwise you won't be able to build anything. See, what I've got to do is I've got to try and watch what I'm placing, and I've got to watch what you guys are saying on the right hand side. So this is new. Right, I think what we'll do is we'll go for a 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. First ever live counting with Avo right there. You were there to see it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and pull off the square like that. I'm just going to pause every now and again just to watch what everybody is saying. Oh, Willie's in. Monster Bat's in. Loads, Raven's in. Yes, rustic. That's what I meant. Yeah, I knew that's what you meant. Well done, Raven. Thank you very much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 there. And there. Okay, so that is a really rubbish rustic looking house. Should we make it one more? 4, 5, 6 and 7. So if we're going to go for an hour or so, I suppose I should probably do something that's a half decent size. What do you reckon? Half decent size? Yeah, I do too. So let's come around this side and we'll come in 3 there and there as well, and perhaps we'll repeat that at the back a little bit also, like that. So we've got something that looks like that. So this is nothing too fancy, but hopefully it will look quite decent when we finish it. Let's come up 3, 4, 5 this way. So how is everybody anyway in chat? I've got to get used to talking to people whilst I'm building stuff. Normally I've got people shouting in the background, but it's not quite the same. How many people have got watching? I've got no idea how to know how many people have got. Oh yes, I do. 18. That's 18 people. You're all insane. That's brilliant. Right, coming across here. Building the frame. Okay, in chat, how many people build the frame up before they build the rest of the house? Actually, genuinely interested in other people's techniques at the moment. Are you a frame builder, or do you just go from ground up? I guess in survival, sometimes it's easy to do a ground upper, but I quite like to see the frame because it gives me a feel for what the house is going to look like at the end. Vigo, Matt. Vigo! Dude, mate, how you doing? Nice to see you. What are you doing hosting me? You're insane. You know you're going to lose viewers and subs and followers and all that kind of malarkey, don't you? But I'm very grateful. Thank you for that. I've not dropped any frame rates yet, which is always good. Someone else followed me. I heard the booty boo. Raven, thank you. It took you time, for goodness sake. You could have done quicker than that. You should have done it the second you came into the thing. Right, here we go. And Pork Chop Wally. Hey, Wally, thanks for coming in. Really appreciate it. Right, I only know people are following because I've got a funny daft noise coming in. Right, so we've got, I think that works quite well. Now we've got to come along this side as well. And we'll finish this off here. So if anybody that's just joined us, this is the first ever Avermance stream. First ever. So this is where I'm going to be making all my mistakes. You're going to be very gentle with me, I think is probably the best way to put it. That's what steps should we use? Should we go for no, that's stairs. Come on, how many times have you done this? You're a professional, for goodness sake. Let's go for cobblestone steps and we'll lap them out and over. There and there. Are you guys talking amongst yourselves? Because I realise I'm not really interacting with you very much. I think life is... Lily's going to faint. Oh, God love her. Don't faint, Lily. Because at the minute, it's really expensive for healthcare. So you don't want to do that. You could hit your head and everything. Right, so if I... Actually, no, I don't want to do that because this is going to be a short one. So let's just do a standard 12-12 gable. I don't know how many... This is called a 12-12 gable where you literally go up at a 45-degree angle in both directions. It's called 12-12 because for every 12 feet that you go up, you go across 12 feet at the same time. Somebody taught me that. I've got no idea who it was. I timed that really bad. How did that end up being an even number? Okay, well, this isn't going to look the way I thought it was, but that's okay. We'll live with it. If I come out there with this one... and there also, it's really difficult to place blocks whilst looking about 12 inches to the opposite direction. This is a learning experience. It's quite funny, actually. I'm deleting blocks instead of placing them. Coming there and there. I'm getting doobie-doos. Who is that? Blue Kingfisher. Hello, Blue Kingfisher. I know who you are. Right, someone's watching. So we're just going to do the steps and the blocks to create this roof. So what the idea is going to be, I've fluffed this up already, but it's okay. We're going to make it good. But this is an even number, should be an odd number. Don't know if this is an even number, should be an odd number. We'll find out when we get to the top. But I'm just going to create a different stepped roof on this one, just to give it a different feel. This is one of those classic builds where if you are building it halfway through, it looks genuinely quite rubbish, but afterwards it looks good. And if it doesn't look good, you have to pretend that it looks good just to make me feel better. Okay, so let's come up. This one, I've done an odd number, so at least I can count in one direction. That's something. Up like that, select that, pop that there. This is a familiar scene. I'm sure you've seen me do this in a bazillion tutorials. So if we come and do exactly the same on this side as well. This is normally where I'd also do a jump cut, but not today. So, Twisted is in. Thank you very much. Hey, Chicky. Good to see you. Everybody's piling in now. This is quite fun. We've got 22 viewers. Is that good? I've got no idea. I'm competing with Tango. Tango had 3,500 earlier on. So we're going to see if we can get that by the end of the hour. If you can all go and get your mates, that would be amazing. And we'll be at affiliate before we know it. Okay, I don't like how that looks. I'm going to come and sort that out another time. Right. Quite good for a... Cherry Mum, that's very nice of you to say so. I've been going 5 minutes. So we'll see how it goes. This isn't going to work again, is it? Because this is going to be the same even number when it should have been odd. Come up and around. Ferocious Seahorses in, I can see. You're not fooling anyone. Coming up there and there. Discord was getting a little dry. Was it really, Wally? All right, well, hopefully this will reinvigorate the Discord at the same time. You can all talk about me behind my back in the safe knowledge that I'll read it when you've gone. Right, okay, so that's that. This is going to be, again, the same. Do people do roofs in the chat? Very interested. Do you do the roof before you do the walls? I'm really funny about that. If I do the roof after I've done the walls, it just doesn't feel quite right to me. So I'm just going to do a staggered 12-12 with this one, I think. So we'll go in and then we'll come out afterwards.
Got a raid.
And there. I've got a raid. Who's raided me?
Shaka Panda.
Shaka Panda, how are you? Good to see you, my mate. Feels like I was only talking to you a moment ago. But thank you for the raid, my friend. How many people we've got? 22 viewers in. There we go. Up, there, and around and down. Right, now, big decisions now, people. We've got to decide what we're going to put on the roof. You know what? No, I'm not going to do that. I've changed my mind utterly. I'm going to do a raised floor on this fella, and we're going to use... this is... Can you tell I'm making it up as I go along? Let's use some stripped oak. One big difference I've noticed with Twitch when you're doing this is you can't accelerate this to 300 times actual speed and jump to the next bit. It's extremely alien. But hopefully I'll get all the blocks in the right direction because I won't edit those out either.
Shaka's admiring your bot name.
He's admiring my bot name. Yeah, my bot is that we've been friends for a very long time, my bot and I. So it's looking after me, hopefully. Not as much as Ellen Voss are looking after me, to be fair, but it's looking after me. Right, so come there, come around. Now, ordinarily, I'd probably cross-hatch this stuff, but I thought let's keep it quite simple this time rather than cross-hatching it. Otherwise, I'm just going to be there forever doing a floor. So you'll notice what I've done here. We've got an indent here where we're going to be putting the wall, and we've got a basic flat there. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to work that. I'll come back to that in a minute. And what I might do, in fact, what I am going to do is I'm going to delete that out, and I'm going to change my mind on the design. Trust, is that going the wrong way? That is going the wrong way. Why didn't anybody say anything? You meant to say something. Perhaps you did. Does anybody say that in the chat? No?
No.
What use are you all? Right, okay. We are farming. Well, not literally. Otherwise, I'd be building something entirely different. I'm going to come with some cobble, but we're going to keep it flat first. And then I'm going to change up the texture on the cobble afterwards by placing, because I'm in creative, it's dead easy just to knock stuff out and put it back in survival. It's obviously a little bit trickier to do that, and you have to start placing blocks on blocks on blocks and double wielding blocks and things like that, but we can do it this way. Want to vote? Right, which is going to be the front? Do we want the front to be the one that's got the gable already, or do we want the front to be the one that's not got the gable? In the chat now, what do you reckon? Gable, not gable? I shall wait patiently whilst building up more walls. So, as anybody, the no gable end is the winner. So this is going to be the front. So what I'll do is I'll make sure that we've got a door section. That's going to go there. We'll bring this up, and that will be our front. Pop that there. The door can go there, and we'll change that up in just a moment. Let's get some oak planks now. Again, save a bit of time. You could always use some half slabs, but I'm not going to do slabs because I'm just going to shove the planks down, and we're going to wrap around to try and create quite a large front on this, I think. Moopu's in. Hey Moopu, how are you? Good to see you. Thanks for coming. You don't have to be mad to watch it, but it doesn't half help. Stop. Right, I'm going to stop placing blocks whilst looking to the right, because that just won't work. So come here, place blocks, and look to the right. Come up here, turn around, look at your audience, stop looking at my bum. There we go. Elle's giggles are so cute. She's been told similarly several times. Hi, Koala Girl, good to see you. I'm just having a bit of a pause so I can actually go on and see where people are going in the chat, because I'm struggling with watching both. It's fun. Click, click, clickety, click. Yeah, indeed. Let's get back to building something. You lot are going to get bored. We've got, I think we want some oak steps now. There, and there. We'll bring some glass into it at the minute. I will probably put a back door in this anyway, but let's put the back door offset a little bit so as we can put a window in there. That will work like that. We're going to texture this up. Don't panic. I can feel the tension in the chat at the moment. you mustn't be worried. The texturing will come, and no, there will be no diorite. Let's get it very clear at this time. Diorite will not be used in this build, neither the polished nor the unpolished form. Right, so we've got 3 windows on that one. We're going to come around. I may, however, use granite just to throw you off a little bit.
Oh,
I know, fancy granite, fancy. Or that might be a lie. I may not use granite at all. But, if I get this here and here, we come. Oh, it's so hard to do this. How do people stream for a living? For goodness sake, Vigo, Shaka, if you're still in, how do you do this for a living? This is tough. Right, so we've got our walls in. We've got our walls in. Let's go for a bit of spruce, I think, for the top. Let's do there. And what we're going to do, we're just going to spruce around here. This is a very, very long side, isn't it? Goodness me, how did that happen? Right, so I'm going to pull this along. So I've got Elle whispering in my ear. Can you guys hear her? I'm assuming you can actually hear Elandros. So she's got to be careful about what she says as well. There we go. Because earlier on she was talking about all of you.
I was not.
Right, coming along this
Oh,
way.
she so was.
She so was.
Oh my goodness, you
Voss,
two are not allowed to gang up on me.
Voss is in on it as well now. Right. Of course we're allowed to gang up on you. Where's the fun otherwise?
Thank you, Rabbit.
Dear. Oh, I've got to turn right. I've stopped putting blocks down. Who? I can't hear anyone. I think that was that a little fib by Rabin? I think that was a little fib by Rabin. We don't lie in this family. Right, going along this way. Oh, thanks for the follow there, Mad Tech. Appreciate it. Okay, so everybody knows, just on an aside, on Tuesday, and that's Tuesday, I'm putting the gable on this end now because we know this is the front, so we can put the gable on. On Tuesday, I will be releasing the video for the tour of the Avaverse that I know a number of people that were watching this will have put in their bits and pieces for, and it was an absolute pleasure to drive around all of your stuff. Some of the builds were just incredible, and I'm really grateful for the permission to be able to feature them. And I do need to credit that MadTech did the editing on that video for me, so he's done a cracking job. Really pleased, and hopefully you'll like it too. I'll be really interested in the comments on that editing style because it's definitely something you wouldn't have seen me do before, but it's a very interesting way of editing and I like it very lot. It's much more modern than my standard jump cuts, so that's quite nice. Now that's starting to get a little bit more shape. Don't say good job to him yet, Skyen, because you ain't seen it. That's just empty words, that is. But really appreciate the help on that, MadTech. Just for the record, let's get it out there. Appreciate it. Coming. Oh, someone followed me. Hello, Kugaset. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming into the chat. It's only when you do it live whilst people are watching that you realise just how long it takes to put a blooming roof on a house. It takes a while. It really does. What I'm also quite interested to know is that the updated follow button that I thought I'd programmed into Twitch isn't coming up. And when people follow me, it's the cool cat with the bins on, and it's not me saying whatever it was that I said. It's all coming up. That's very different. Oh, well, never mind. Next time you watch me, hopefully it'll be sorted and you can unfollow me and follow me again with impunity just to be able to hear it. Except don't unfollow me because that'll make me sad. Todd's in. Hey, Todd. Good to see you. Down. Interesting. If anybody's got any other techniques that they use that I can blatantly steal or magpie, I'm very open to you sharing those because you never are too experienced to be able to learn a little bit more from other people. I must admit, when I was going around a lot of the builds that you guys have done on Avatopia and on Quarry, dead's in. Everybody, stop the clock. Dead's in. We've got that coming in. Yeah, I was really impressed, and you may recognise some of the techniques and the styles that I'm going to be using in the future because I've nicked them. Let's not 2 words there. I'm going to be nicking some of your stuff. I'm saying it now publicly so as to give you credit now live. Right, question in chat. I want hashtag roof or hashtag walls as to the thing that I text you first. 3, 2, 1, go. What's it going to be? Walls. I'm interested. I would do a poll, but that would involve me putting the blocks down and also involve me knowing how to do a poll. So, and both of those points are incredibly valid. So we're not going to be doing a poll.
Doomsphere. Dad thinks you should do a Doomsphere first.
Dead might. As soon as I've got World Edit, I'll do a Doomsphere for you. Literally, I'll do it in seconds. Pearlescent. Oh my goodness. Hey, Pearl. That's you know. No, you really will. You really will lose viewers, Pearl. Trust me. Be very cautious, but it's really good. Pearlescent Moon, for those of you who don't know who Pearlescent Moon is, she is an insanely good builder. I mean, she takes building to a whole nother level. I've never seen anybody as good at organics as she is, from Australia, and she's a member of the Legacy crew, and she's just superb. Great friend, great Minecrafter, and if you don't already follow her on both YouTube and on Twitch, please do go and do that. I've not got the bot set up at the moment, otherwise I'd be slapping it into chat for you to be able to go and do it, but Pearlescent Moon is who you're looking for. Right, for those of you who have just joined, this is the first ever, and yes, I did say ever, the first ever Avermance stream on Twitch. So be gentle, be kind, but feel free to laugh. That is also allowed. Coming up that side. I'm still not quite getting my head around watching the chat, so I'm sorry if I'm ignoring you. Well, I'm only slightly sorry that I'm ignoring you. I would love 2 assistants when I stream. yeah. Believe me, so would I. Yeah. But
hey, Thunder.
But people are coming in. It's good to see so many people. 34 viewers at the moment. That's insane. Absolutely delighted with that. Let's finish this off. So this is looking a little bit like the way I started the house on Legacy that I did in the medieval zone, except obviously that was in survival and took about 400 years longer. Hashtag facecam. You've got 2 Opes, MadTech. Seriously, 2 Opes, and one of them's Bob Ope. So maybe one day, but we'll never say what that day is. Let's put some texture into the walls then in that case. We're just going to use 2 standard blocks. I would also use andesite from time to time, but we're not going to do that today. We're just going to bang a little bit of standard stone and also some stone brick. I also need to decide where we're going to pop the chimney, because I'm almost certainly going to be banging a chimney in here as well. So if we can just have a little think about in chat, what side would we like to put the chimney, because that'll affect the way I texture the walls up. It's going to be here on this side, it's going to be in the back, or here on this side. Let's call it smooth stone side or stone brick side, and then we can decide which side the chimney's going to go, and it will kind of go up there a little bit. What side are we going to go for? I'm bouncing around from one side to the other. Anybody know any good jokes whilst we're waiting? The owl's counting, so it might be a while. Yeah.
Oh, shush you.
I feel like putting the Jeopardy tune on. So I'm just going to
Makes
float
it harder
around.
to count when you're doing that.
I know it does. That's why I'm doing it. It's for fun.
Nah.
For goodness sake. Raven knows. Smooth versus brick. Doom spheres. She's just counting. Randomly counting. Koala girl. 11, 8, 20. That's just mean. That's just naughty. I have a creeper boat and it's... That's funny, Moopoo. Thank you for that. I might have to nick that one. That's hilarious.
It looks like smooth stone wins.
Smooth wins. Thank you very much. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to bring a bit of a shape around this side just to give me the shape of that chimney now. Baby Shark. Is it that's got hidden meaning, I take it, does it? Baby Shark?
I hate that song.
Everybody in the chat, we want a little rendition of Baby Shark. Are we ready? Do 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 Baby Shark, do 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 Baby Shark, do. I'm not doing anymore.
Mommy shark, do 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 do. Daddy shark.
Right, well, That's monstrous, that chimney. We'll sort that out in a minute. Goodness sake, that's just horrible. Avo shark do 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 do. Avo shark do 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 do. It wasn't me, it was Koala Girl. I was just singing for her. She was lip syncing. And I'm not put any you didn't tell me I'd done half the job in chat. Come on, you're supposed to be telling me these things. Marks out of 10 so far for the quality of the stream. I don't want to know about the quality of the build, because at the moment, hang on, I'm turning around, I'm talking to you. Don't want to know about the quality of the build, because everybody knows at this stage in one of these houses, the builds always look really, really average until you get the detail on. Quality of the stream, out of 10, anything less than 9 and you're kicked. 12s, 20s, 11s, 3,000 by Todd, he's promoted, and excellent. Only a little hiccup or two. I'll take that. I'll take a little hiccup, because this is where we're going to be doing some errors. Anybody only coming in the last 5 minutes?
Shaka 9.99999.
Oh, I've got to work on dropping that 0.00000000001, haven't I? Goodness me. Right, so let's texture up this roof a little bit. Thank you, Shaq. You're a star. Also, if no one knows who Shaka is, Shaka Panda, absolute professional streamer on Twitch now, was on the other one that no one shall talk about anymore, but superb streaming, all kinds of stuff going on there. The craziest hair in Minecraft. Love the guy to death. Go and follow Shaka, you will not regret it, trust me. Really great content coming out of that man. Just follow Shaka yesterday. That was a good shout, Seahorse. Nice one. I've got to say, whilst it is possibly one of the scariest things I've ever done, and I've done some scary things in my life, this is actually quite fun, this streaming live, being able to chat to you at the same time, even if the chat is not quite directional yet, but with practice it will become so. It's a lot of fun. In fact, it's probably one of the most fun things I've done with my clothes on, so that's quite nice. And bear in mind that I really do like swimming, so that's a big statement. Someone got it, at least someone got it. That's okay. Right, so now what we're going to do, I think we're going to have to bring in some dormer windows out here, because these have got to overhang a little bit, haven't they? That's just way too long a side. Should have gone a little bit further. If I dormer out that far, is that going to work? No, it's not. So let's dormer out there and come out that side. That's one block in, which is fine. And we'll come on this side. Dormer out there. Is that right? Yes. Okay. Now this isn't going to be a very big dormer window, is it? So let's try and give ourselves a little bit of height, just to give us some space. Underside, underside. It's going to be one of those horrible shaped dormers as well, where the architect should have been shot. Okay, so if I pop that there, that works. Okay. We'll bring, so that you can see starts to just shorten ever so slightly the length of that sticky out bit, which is an official building term, by the way.
Apparently, Voss says your Avokini is banned in 12 star systems.
It's he's ill-informed, actually. He's ill-informed. It is banned. It's banned in 14, but it's actively encouraged in 23.
Oh, there you go. See.
So it's, you know,
get your facts straight, Voss.
His facts were accurate, but there was just some parts missing towards the end. So please don't be dismayed looking at that shape. It will work, he says with his fingers firmly crossed. Needs diorite. Right, someone kick Todd. Can you kick Todd from the stream? Is it possible? Or just kick him from the Discord. We could always do that, right? Is it possible to actually change it so as it's called you've got to go and sit on the naughty step? I might have to write to Twitch, ask if they know who I am, that it's about sitting on the naughty step. That would just be so cool. And hi Volpix, thank you for the follow. Very grateful, my friend. Thank you very much indeed. So today, so far, in 44 minutes and 48 seconds, we've gone from 87 to 117 followers. Quite happy about that. Thank you very much, people. Question in chat, actually. This will be quite an interesting question for everybody. I believe that you can record the VOD of this, and I believe I am recording the VOD of this. Would that be something people would like to see released on YouTube? Like an edit or even a non-edit of this type of thing, or even this specific broadcast, the first ever stream by me. Is that something that would be funny? A Life Exotic says triple yes. It's a triple threat there.
Shaka said yes.
Shaka said yes as well. Maybe we could do that. That might be interesting. It might be interesting. I'll have a ponder. We'll see how appalling it is. And if it's not too bad, then maybe we'll do that. So we're starting to get a little bit more form there, which is quite nice. So now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to start to give ourselves some depth on the entire build, because at the moment everything is so very flat and square and it offends me greatly. So we'll put that. Now we'll make a feature of that afterwards. That comes around. Make sure they all face the right direction. Here, here, all the way over. I'm going to pop those two out actually. Again, block placement whilst trying to look at chat means that I'm going in the wrong way. Thanks, Seahorse. Really good to see you. Thank you very much for popping in. Almost time for Bushes. We aren't far off of Bushes dead. You're not wrong. We've got a little bit to do for Bushes, but the Bushes will come. Now, okay, so now we've got a bit of a quandary. What I sometimes do here is get a pop out. However, I'm sometimes ever so slightly offended by the shape that these steps make on that pop out. It doesn't necessarily quite work, but sometimes when you get your oak trap door on the top of it, it ceases to be quite so offensive. So hashtag offensive or hashtag not offensive. What are we going for there? I'm going to leave the chat to decide the fate of the pop out. It's a big deal. The fate of the pop out is in your hands, people. Hashtag offensive with Alandros. Hashtag, oh, it's a fight. It could be a big fight. It could be a big fight. I think offensive is going to win, isn't it? Do it with half slabs. When you say do it with slabs, do you mean like that? Is that what you mean? Nope. What do you mean, Raven? I'm interested in knowing what you mean on that front. I appreciate you can't tell me. Above the beam. Ah, what? So a slab there. Is that what you mean? This is interesting. We've got interaction. Above the beam and then the beam comes in like that. Is that what you're saying? Exactly. Right, okay. This is less offensive. I am stealing Raventhought's ideas and I'm going to make them my own. I have already applied for the copyright and you therefore can never use it again without paying me. But we're going to go for that and we'll see if that works. I think that's quite nice actually. I like it. I like it. I like that a lot. Let's go for that. That's a much nicer idea. I like the shape it's giving as well. It kind of gives that curve. Okay, so we've got a series of pop-outs there that I think, you know what? I think I agree with you. Raventhoth, you are a genius. We'll go with that. And then I'm going to spoil it by putting trapdoors on the ends. But I prefer that to the open. I sometimes like buttons, but I think, you know what? No, we're not going to go for that. We're going to go for some dark oak buttons or spruce buttons. Which should we go for? We'll go for spruce. Otherwise, it could probably be too dark. Let's have a look at that. That's nicer. I think that works better, actually. Let's go for that. Right, so what I need everybody to do now is come really, really close to the screen. As close as you can get, literally. Your nose against the screen, like this. Are you dizzy now? I am. Blimey, don't do that again. Okay, so I think I'm happy with that, pretty much. Thank you for the Miss Granger. Good to see you. You took your time coming in. For goodness sake, we've been going for nearly an hour. Where you been? Right, so that is a bit of a sticky mess there at the moment, isn't it? So we need to bring that around. Right, I'm going to try and tackle the shape of this chimney now because that's abhorrent to me. So let's get ourselves a little bit of depth on that first. So I'm going to step up to the side there and there. And underneath, let's put a stone slab in there. Stone slab can go in there. Cobblestone, step there and there. A lot of people do use cracked stone. I think it's a really effective way of doing it. Sometimes if I'm building a house in a specific biome, like a swamp biome, we can pull in a lot of mossy stone in the bottom as well, just to show the moisture, but not too far up because the heat of the smoke would have stopped that from happening. Might get some cracked stone in here, actually. That might be a really nice idea when we texture it out. Let's do that. Let's put that there. Let's bring that out because that doesn't work. Pop that underneath. That doesn't work either. We put a slab on there. Now, It sometimes looks like it's taken a long time to get these fellas right, but it's worth it because a dodgy looking chimney is not something you want. Let's pop that there like that. What I want is for it to kind of twist around a little bit like that, so you can see the basic shape of the twist coming around that way, so it's a little bit gnarly. And then when we texture it up with some various different stones, we'll get some crack stone in there definitely, it starts to look a little bit more natural. Let's get ourselves some different blocks. Let's get some cracks. No, that's infested. You don't want to do that. That would be really bad. But we'll progress it up from the bottom because the bottom is where the heat's going to be. You're quite right, Shaka. And as a result, you don't want to have too much crackage as you go towards the top, obviously, because there's less heat bringing up from the bottom. So if I bring cracked perhaps to as far as there, that works quite nicely. Let's bring some cobblestone in as well. Busy sharing this on many socials, Dead, are you? Thank you for that, my mate. Make sure you let them know what they're in for, but that's very kind of you. Thank you very much indeed. Let's come up and around with a little bit of stone. We'll pop stone there. We'll keep those both like that, and then we'll come up there on that one. That can be cobblestone. That can be that. I don't want to make it too weird. That could work. Right, so what I'll do is afterwards I'll put a campfire into that and we'll get ourselves a little bit of a chimney thing going, and perhaps we could pot it. Shall we? Let's pop that there, that there, that there, and that there, and then when we're ready we'll flap those up and we'll get ourselves a bit of a chimney pot. In fact, now they're on, we can get that there and that there. We can bring in some stone stairs, put that like that, and some cobblestone stairage can go there. So then when we flap it up, that looks a little bit more natural. We'll do that in a minute. I don't want the crackling of the fire. It will just be, well, frankly, it'll be annoying. I guess what I did, I started doing the windows and I got round as far as the chimney and got totally distracted. We're going to get a block there and a block there, and the reason we're going to do that is because these shutters are going to be open. So let's pop that there like that and that there like that, get rid of those, and then bang that across and put in a fence underneath there. So there's some open shutters again, a little bit more depth. It just is a little bit nicer and changes it up a little bit. That looks like, it's like a little man, look, with his arms out. It's a, we'll consider that. So imagine this is now a ship. This is no longer a house, it's a ship, and that is the figurehead of the ship. I'm going with it. If you like it or not, I don't care. I'm going with it because it's different. I may come back and change that because I know I can hear all of you saying it. Oh my goodness, Avo, that is as ugly as all sin, and you're not wrong. So I may well change it. In fact, there's a pretty strong guarantee that I will, but I'm going to leave it there for now, just to annoy those of you that it's a problem for. And at the centre level, we're just going to put a button. Acts as a bit of a pin. It makes it look like we've nailed this fella together. And frankly, it looks like it's been nailed together, probably with bent nails, but that's okay.
Mama Bear wants to know if you're enjoying streaming.
I am really enjoying streaming, actually. It's fun, but the pressure is intense. Oh my goodness. It's like, if I say one wrong word, as a very wise man said to me a little earlier on this evening, it's on the internet in ink. And there's nothing you can do about it. So I've got to be really careful what I say, so as to not make a complete fool of myself. But no, it's really, really fun, isn't it? It's actually really nice to have the interaction of doing stuff whilst you're chatting to people. The problem that I have personally is the fact that I'm a man. And as a result of being a man, I can't do more than one thing at one time. So I can place a block and then I can read the chat. And I can place a block and I can read the chat. And then I can place a block and I can read the chat. If I try and place the block and read the chat at the same time, I do this. And ends up with something that looks like that. And that's not really what we're looking for. It's not got the finesse of the Minecraft professional that I am, he says with a trapdoor in his hand. But
wait, you're a professional?
I'm a professional. I am a professional. And anybody that says otherwise is a Leah. Right, so I'm coming up. So I've got a problem with that gap. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to trim that off temporarily, potentially, with that. That now isn't a gap. No, I'm not. I've changed my mind. I've changed my mind, and I can if I wish. I'm going to... You You know, I'm going to bring a beam across. That might not work. It might be a little bit low. In fact, it is a little bit low, but that's all right. We can live with a little bit low. And then I'm going to dupe up this wood facade here, like that. And then that cuts off this as an individual kind of entryway. I might even put a second entryway in there. That might work. I can't do it anymore. Sorry, Pete. I can't look at it. It was a joke. Seriously, I can't do it. It's just horrible. It's just horrible. Seriously, for goodness sake. Right, let's get rid of that. That's just horrible. But what I am going to do, I am, however, going to leave that, and that. And then I'm going to trim it with that and that. Because that's not horrible. That actually does quite work. Right. So now we have a bit of a decision to make. Do we do more detailing on the outside, or do we get bushing? So hashtag bush if you want me to start bushing. Hashtag inside if it's time to go inside. Look, Raven, Todd, you didn't do hashtag. You have to do hashtag, otherwise it doesn't count. There we go. The hashtags are coming. Right, let's get some oak leaves. And there are a few people in the world that suggest I overbush. But there's nothing wrong with overbushing sometimes. Just as long as you're aware that you are overbushing, it is perfectly acceptable and socially okay to overbush. So I'm just going to get some bushing in. I'm going to come... I don't know why Alandros is giggling. But it's coming. Put it down then, man. Put it down then. Put it down then. There you go. Right, so I'm just going to put just a little bit of bushing around the outside. Now, I appreciate that this ceases now to be mob-proof because a mob can just come on and go and come in and do me and eat my face. But that's okay because I'm in peaceful, so it doesn't matter. And I've also got the daylight cycle turned off, so no one's going to come and eat my face. It's all good. So come there and there. So this is just experimental. I have no idea what that was. Literally no clue what just happened there. Oh my goodness.
Brains.
That would be fair, Voss.
That's Voss. Voss is saying brains over and over. I don't know whether or not he's trying to be a zombie or he's just writing out his Christmas list. Could be either.
Both, maybe.
Both? Is it both? It could be. Here we go, and we're going to put one there and there. Now, what I do need now is a composter. So get yourself your composter, fella. Because we're going to make some planters. Now, you could use barrels, obviously, but I'm going to use a composter there and there. We're going to bang in a composter there. We're going to put a composter there. Put that there. Shift click. Oh, get down, for goodness sake. Get down, boy. There you go. That's there. There and there. There and there. It is a little bit even, so we might have to change it up. Let's just put one on that one. Let's live wild. What we're going to do now is get a shovel. Let's build myself a bit of a path coming from the front, coming out, going in this direction and around. And there, and then we'll get some coarse dirt, get rid of you, and some gravel. I couldn't think of the word gravel then. Pretty random, to be honest, but it just makes for a nicer textured path. Don't do that. There we go. There and there. Get your coarse dirt in, man. So I've not invented anything new here. This is something that I've done in tutorials only about a bazillion times before. So I can go there, there, and there. That works okay. Let's just dig ourselves out a bit of a shape here. Yep, nice little pond. Let's get ourselves some sea pickles, light this fella up. And there, I think that'll do. Yep, that'll do. Then we're going to get some green stained glass. Then I'm going to get a sea pickle and pop the sea pickle on the top. It won't be lit because it's dry, but it does look like some rushes. Happy days, that looks nice. Let's get some lily pad. Pop one in there like that. And some sugar cane. Let that grow up, and we'll put some flowers and stuffs in there in a moment. But what we need are more bushes. Let's get some more bushes around this side. Bone meal the bottom. I will bone meal the bottom, Willie. That is an excellent point. I was going to, and I completely didn't. You're a good man, I take back everything I ever said about you. There we go. That is much better. Oh, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I'm stuck under there. I genuinely am stuck. Oh my goodness. Flipping heck. Right, so pop that there. That was terrible. I lost my lily pad, but it's okay because maybe there were two. No, that's completely out of kilter now. I need to put a lily pad out there. That's better. Right, so let's get ourselves some fencage and get a lantern. That there. Kelp. It's only 2 deep. Why? Are you mad? The man's insane. Right, let's pop that there and that there. And a lantern there. Am I over lanterning people? Yes. Yes, I am. And you know you love it. Right. Put that there like that. Okay, so we've got more lanterns than we can shake a stick at. But it's okay because we're going to pretend that it's Christmas or Halloween or some other such lantern-y holiday. So we can do that. It's perfectly all right. We're perfectly allowed. It's my stream. I'll do what I want. Because there's no point in putting flowers or whatever up on those because you're never going to get up there to water them unless you've got a really long ladder. And it's a real pain to get it out the garage, especially when I've not built a garage. So we're not going to do that. So we're getting a little bit of structure now, people. I think it's starting to work. What I want to do now, actually, a man's got to eat, right? So let's... Can you tell that I'm actively avoiding going inside? Do you know why I'm actively avoiding going inside? Because I hate interiors. I hate them. Interiors are the work of something that's not very nice, frankly. So I'm just gonna.
Interiors are great.
Interiors are great if you're good at interiors. Now, unfortunately, I am pants at interiors. Interiors are not my forte by any stretch of the imagination. So I'm just gonna wing it. And maybe if I don't do the interior and make the string go on for long enough, no one will notice.
Put some taters so there's not another famine.
But I'm not Irish. It's only the Irish that have to worry about potato famine. Right. Should do the rest of the stream in different accents. No, let's not. Right. Do that like that and like that. There we go. Carrots are planted. That's all good. I've now know exactly where I can put more bushes. It's amazing how long even just a relatively small house can take in terms of the build time. So let's just lob some roses in here as well. The red and the green offset each other quite nicely, whereas some of the other pastel-y colours don't work quite so well. Right, so we're now going to bone meal up the ground a little bit, just to give it a little bit more texture. Bone it up. There we go. We're almost done.
Look at all them weeds. All those weeds.
All the weeds. We're loving the weeds. Weeds are great. Weeds make it look like you meant it. There we go. Coming around there. That's starting to look okay. Now, the only thing I'm probably going to do now... Actually, I am genuinely going to leave the interior. But what I'm going to do... I'll tell you what I'll do. Oh, no, this is 16.1. I can't do it well done. When I've actually managed to... Hang on, turn around. Talk to the people, man. Talk to the people. When I've actually managed to work out how to get World Edit to work in 1.16.1, or get Voss onto it, one or the other, could be the second. I'm not saying it might be, but it's probably going to be the second, let's face it. I will do a schematic of this entire build and I'll pop it into the Discord, not into the RID room, but actually into the Discord so everybody can see it. And then you can do your own blooming interiors and not keep asking me for them. Put a campfire in there, flap those up. There's the... I didn't think it was coming for the minute, the smoke. Did anybody think, where's the smoke coming? And I'm also going to put just a little bit of seatage. Now let's go dark oak, actually. No, not cark. What the hell's cark? Dark oak seatage out on your veranda here.
You know what else looks really nice on the top of those chimneys when you do those?
What's that then?
If you put a little flower pot on the top of your campfire, it looks like it has the little tiny pipe sticking out the top.
Okay, let's have a crack at that. Let's see whether or not the owl knows best. And she totally knows best. So what you said, just literally on top there. Mm-hmm. So if I put a slab there for temporary, a pot there.
You don't even have to. If you just pop it right on top of the
like
fire pot.
Yeah, but the fire's down to.
The fire's down 2 levels, so I couldn't just place it on top of the fire.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that works quite well, and it stops so much smoke coming out, doesn't it? So it looks like it's just a little wee puff. Look at that coming out every now and again. That's a nice idea. I am completely nicking that. That's my idea. I've already applied for it. The patent is on. and no one else can have it. What I'm going to do now, I think I might lift this up.
Yep, that's it. That's a Shaka one, actually.
No, that's an Avamance one now.
Oh, okay. Well, it was originally a Shaka one.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's now an Avamance one, and everybody knows it.
He is very fast at those patents.
I have a patent lawyer on it straight away. It's best. I realise because people do contest quite quickly, and it's obviously best to make sure that there's nothing to contest. Let's get that out like that. No, I don't like it. That's too far. That'll do. No, I do like it. Let's change my mind. Let's pop that out like that. Okay, I think people, we need a table. I was just going to say we are done, but we're not. We need tables just by those.
You need an interior too.
No, we don't. Shh. People are going to do their own interiors. They specifically requested their own interior. Don't you go there. Don't you go there. For goodness sake, who invited him? I think we are good. Should we lob a tree in for lols? Right. I'm going to stick in a tree. Not a custom tree. Just a normal tree. And we'll see what we end up with. Let's pop that in. Let's pop it there. That'll work. It's going to be a little one. Oh, it's always a little one when you want a big one. But we'll go for a little one. Right. I reckon, F1 screen, we are done. I'll do your tour, but the interior designer's not here yet. So that was the first ever Avamance stream. I really appreciate everybody coming in and having a look, having a go at this, because it's really scary but fun. I never realised how much fun it could be to do a stream. I wonder if it might be a lot easier to do a stream if I'm doing it in a Let's Play situation where I'm mining or whatever else, rather than specifically trying to focus on doing a specific build. But that was a great fun. Just having a quick peek now at the chat as well. For the record, Avo, I'm a natural. I say, old age, you're a very kind person. However, the medication is wearing off and you might want to think about getting some more. But no, it was absolute divine inspiration to have all of you watching. It's brilliant. I've really genuinely enjoyed it, and thank you very much for coming. Who should we raid? We've got to raid someone, right?
Rendog TV. We can raid Rendog TV.
Should we go and raid Rendog?
Sure, Rendog TV. Rendog TV.
Right, everybody, 3, 2, 1. We are a raiding.